There's lots of reviews online pertaining to the Okuma Makaira series of reels, but you'd be very hard pressed to find any reviews of the 10 series, particularly the 10-2C or 10-2 SEA series. And right now I'm going to give you a little bit of rundown on the history and development of this reel before I get into the review. Enjoy. Okuma has been around for about 120 years as a company, and in that time they've produced a wide array of products from noodle making machines on up to the fishing tackle that they're making right now. Okuma's real claim to fame right now is that they make one of the best CNC machines and tooling equipment in the world. They have state-of-the-art facilities. Well, the problem is, when they started making fishing tackle, they tried to initiate some very poor designs, and quite frankly, Okuma made crap. I remember going on a couple of long-range trips and having a couple of Okuma reps on the boat with us, and they brought, I think the reel was a Titus Gold or something like that, brought a couple of those, and every time they'd catch a fish on the damn things, those things would just fall apart. One of them sounded like when he was reeling it, it was full of broken glass. I mean, they made absolute crap at the time. And around 2008 to 2010, that all changed. These are, in my opinion, the finest reels ever made. These are Tiburon reels produced by Tiburon Engineering. Tiburon really came to prominence in the late 80s, early 90s when they made frames for pin reels, so you can convert them into yellowtail specials, and it'd strengthen up the frame too. And then at a later date, they became really renowned for the T-bar handle. I believe they were in cahoots with another company called Area Rural Engineering or something like that at the time that made the handle for them, but eventually it all merged together. And later on, they started producing their own reels, and they really spared no expense. And, you know, the Smart Shift system is just ingenious, and they made the best reels ever produced. I'm just going to tell you right now, you open these things up, you look at them, there's no flaws in them. They are perfect. The problem is that Tiburon never had the production capacity to mass produce these at a good price point. So they didn't sell very well. They were just too damn expensive. Well, I guess you could say in a match made in heaven, the Tiburon guys who didn't have the production capacity but had awesome fishing reel engineering experience partnered with Okuma, who had the world's most advanced production capacity but really designed crappy reels. You know, they kind of merged together. And the first reel they came out with was the Makaira. You know, and as you could see, this is a very quality piece right here. Almost no expense was spared in this either. You can even see it's got the T-bar handle on it. Really a fantastic reel. And in my mind, at the price point this came out at, it really revolutionized the industry. Everybody had to play catch-up once this came out. And this is the result of a collaboration with the guys at Tiburon. Well, this reel was fished on the long-range fleets and on the East Coast and various other places for a little while. And, you know, renowned reel expert Alan Tanney and Cal Sheets, you know, he's a real guru dating way back when he used to hot rod Penn International on this. And they came out with the C model, you know, the Makaira SEA. And basically this made some further improvements to the reel. And in my mind, for the value, this is the best conventional reel ever made for the price, without a doubt. They're just loaded with features not found on reels twice their price. You know, and it's the little details that really get me. You know, not the gimmies at this price range, like a fully machined 61 aluminum frame. You know, there's little details on these reels. Like, for instance, I love a reel where the lever clicks. I love that. So, so you can make small drag adjustments while you're fighting a fish without looking down, and you know where you're at. You could, you not only can you hear that click, but you could feel it also. So hey, I'm going up 2 clicks, I'm going down 2 clicks. Another thing I love about this, and I hate about Accurates and Avets and other reels, is I love the 2-speed shifting mechanism on this. Look at this big ass button. I mean, I have a big thumb, and this is bigger than my thumb, and just positive engagement. Perfect placement of the release lever too. I mean, I love it. Boom. It's big, but it's out of the way. It's hidden behind the T-bar handle. It's just perfect placement on everything. Here's the one thing I really love. See if you could see this. The drag adjustment knob, it clicks. It stays in place. I don't know if you've ever fished the Accurates to where after a few fish you got to dial in your drag pressure again, because what it is this knob goes off. It'll back off. So just a few of the details on this. In this T-bar handle, I mean, you got to love it. I've been putting these on pins for years, and when Tiburon came out with their own reels that had it on it, I just love them. I'd put them on everything if I could. And you can see this is the C model, the SEA model, and it's got a tuna on it. Just a fantastic reel. And I'll also mention that the SEA model, the special edition, free spools forever. It's got great bearings in it. It'll free spool better than an Avet. So this reel is also perfect for live lining bait. You got a small anchovy or something, you can cast it out, live line it perfectly. In local circles here in Cali, the Makaira 10 is affectionately called the Mac 10. Like that Mac 10. What? I've done my own routine service on them. They're perfectly serviceable by somebody with average mechanical skills. Just a fantastic reel. And what I'm going to delve deeper into here is this particular size, the Makaira 10. I think it's the perfect all-around reel for SoCal and Baja fishing. I really do. Especially if you go down to Baja a lot. This is the perfect ponga reel. There's never been a better one made. The Mac 10 is the Makaira 10 is basically a jack of all trades. It'll do anything, and I'll explain why. Just a little bit of history on the size. Before I bought these Mac 10s, for utility reels in this size, if I was fishing on boats, out of San Diego or whatever, I always used my Penn International 12s. And when I was going on Baja, particularly fishing on pongas or going on mothership trips, I always took my trusty TLD 20s. Those were the standard in Baja for a reel you can go out and just beat the crap out of on pongas and still winch up fish and have 2-speed capacity. Well, let me tell you, these replace those, and these are way better. Look, I hate to say this, but these are Okumas, but their quality is way better than what you're going to find on the pins. Now I'm going to tell you why the Mac 10 is the best all-around reel ever made. Beside the fact that it's made to the highest quality standards with top-notch material, it also has a perfect arrangement of attributes that make it a jack of all trades. The Mac 10 is truly the Swiss Army knife of conventional reels. Firstly, this reel holds just under 400 yards of 65-pound braid and fishes 25 to 60-pound top shots with plenty of drag. This 25 to 60-pound line range is what 99% of Baja fishing consists of. So this reel has plenty of drag and line capacity to handle, say, 100-pound tuna, striped marlin, and big yellowtail on the drop. But the Mac 10 isn't too much reel. It's also still small enough and light enough to play with Dorado. I mean, this reel is perfect for Dorado. This reel is absolutely perfect for trolling or fly lining sailfish. I've caught lots on it. This reel is also perfect for schoolie tuna. It's not so big that it's uncomfortable fighting a small tuna. Also, if you like to drop down deep, this reel is awesome for dropping down to big pargos in the reef, for trolling for pargos, for dropping for huge lunker yellowtail down in the reefs, and we even fish for rock cod locally with it. So, you know, this one reel can do just about anything in California and Baja. When fishing off of pangas in particular, you'll be doing a mixture of slow trolling, fly lining baits, and deep dropping into the reefs. These reels easily handle all of those tasks. And you know what? They're tough enough to handle the abuse on a panga. Your equipment in general gets abused 10 times more on a panga than it does, say, a long-range boat out of San Diego. The clicker on these reels are positive, engaging, and really loud when the line peels off the spool, making it perfect for trolling on a panga. I love that the Makairas have reversible lugs. You probably wonder, why the hell would you put lugs on a reel this small? Well, I don't personally use lugs on a reel this size, but know some older guys on mothership trips that like using lugs when they catch monster yellowtail or tuna down deep. Because those little pangas don't have a rail for you to get leverage on. So sitting in a panga, it's all back that gets a monster yellowtail to the gaff. A harness attached to the lugs makes this much easier, and this reel is versatile enough to handle both preferences. So that's a good thing. There's a lot of other pretty good reels out there right now, but when you look at Penn and Daiwa, I'm sorry, the Makaira is a better reel than what they offer. When you look at the Shimanos, yeah, Shimano makes a fantastic reel in this line class, this type of reel, but the problem with the Shimanos is they're just not versatile. The Tiagra line of reels, they're built like tanks. They're a fantastic reel, but they're very one-dimensional. They're not versatile at all. They're more geared towards trolling. You know, they have really low gear ratios, too low to jig with, and too low to bring up empty baits or jigs back from the top. And also, they're just way too heavy. You know, I know a lot of people like to do stand-up fishing with them, but for all intents and purposes, the Tiagra is a trolling reel. The Talica line of reels is also a fantastic offering from Shimano, especially the two-speed ones. They're great reels. They're fantastic for throwing plugs out at wahoo and tuna. The smaller versions are great for throwing surface irons around a patty for yellowtail. But the fact of the matter is, their gear ratios are a little bit too high. I would never want a deep drop for a Pargo or a 40-pound yellowtail down in the reefs with this reel. It just the low gear ratio just isn't there for being a versatile reel. It's a very one-dimensional reel. It's for throwing jigs. And here's the real kicker with these Shimano reels. These reels are twice the price of the Makairas. So in conclusion, I think this reel is better quality and better value than anything offered by Penn or Accurate, and it's more versatile than anything Shimano makes. So if you're looking for an all-around reel, this is it.